Joining me now is Major Wayne with the Salvation Army. What's going on inside right there, sir?
We were asked by South San Francisco PD to come in and provide translation support for the families and for the officials, and so that is our primary mission here today, is to provide emotional and spiritual care and also translation support.
I have learned that some of those people inside are indeed some of the passengers on that plane. Can you confirm that?
There may be one or two passengers left. I don't know what the disbursement is right now. We've just been working on an on-call basis when they've asked us to be available.
What's the challenge inside right now, too? I would imagine they're confused, they're frantic. What are you doing to make sure they get all of the information that they need?
Well, we've been working with the team. There's been some water provided. We provided a few blankets. We're trying to find some shoes for a couple folks that need them. But mostly it's just providing emotional support, being there, being present, and also helping where possible to translate their needs to those who are the other caregivers who can provide additional care.
What are they saying to you? I'm sure they have as many questions as we do. You're doing your best to let them know.
You might be busy.
They're just asking us, primarily helping with location services, communicating with the officials, expressing their needs, sharing some of their stories, listening and giving support.
Are they asking you about maybe family and friends who are not here that were taken to the hospital? Are they having a hard time tracking those people down?
I'm not aware of the total picture. I would appear that it's done fairly well.
What's going on? I see blankets. I saw some of the other things. You guys expect to be here for hours.
We're not sure how long we're going to be here, but we wanted to provide as much care and comfort to the family members and to the victims as possible while we're waiting.
Is it hard for you to find interpreters? I mean, I would imagine many of those passengers are native Korean. They speak Korean. Is it hard for you to translate, at least talk to them?
We have a large contingent of Salvation Army officers and members of the Salvation Army who speak Korean in the San Francisco area, and they've come out today to help us with translation services.
Within the Salvation Army, or are you making the phone call out to the general public? If you speak Korean, come down.
Currently, this is within our own disaster response team in San Francisco, amongst our own Korean volunteers.
Lay down the tracks. What's going to happen over the next few hours? You guys are coming in there, comforting them, talking to them. What's going to happen over the next several hours?
We're just being available. And we're awaiting instructions. So if we're asked to give additional translation services, we will. If we're asked to engage and provide comfort and support, we will. We're just being available.
Would that include also transportation to the hospital if they find out that their loved one is there?
We've not been asked for that. We would be willing to provide transportation if asked, but there is a well put together infrastructure who is already meeting that need. So I don't really sense we'll be asked to provide transportation.
Are you being kept abreast about what's going on with the crash as well?
Yes, pretty well at this point.
Good enough where you can tell some of the family and friends who are showing up in disbelief what happened to their loved ones?
Well, our job is to, right now, I'm not the incident command officer, and so we're playing a supportive role, and so there are those who are fully informed, who are very accurately and thoroughly communicating with the family members and the victims.
And finally, how many people are inside right now? Just give us the lay of the land as far as who's inside, the players.
My impression is that most of the victims of the crash have been transported to other locations, and there's probably 15 or 20 family members inside, just sort of doing wrap up right now.
Can people get a hold of you if they're out there trying to track down their family members as well?
I would suggest that they contact the airport authorities or the incident commander here, or the Red Cross, who is responsible for maintaining the shelter and helping teams.
Thank you so much, Major Wayne, for talking to us. And you can see